Hello, it's Jennifer from heysealemon. While I was at the dollar store during the back to school season, I noticed some decent looking planners for $1, but I felt like they could be improved in some way. So I am going to take you through my process and show you how I gave this dollar planner a little makeover. For your reference, I'll include all of the supplies I used in the description below, and give this video a like if you want to see more book makeovers, and let's get into it. Here is the planner that I picked out from the dollar store, and besides the paper being a little bit on the thin side, I think the pages are pretty nice. Like, this is a decent layout for only being $1. The colorful pages can keep you organized, but it is a basic wire coil bound book. The covers are a little bit on the thin side, like everything else, but I do think we could make the covers a little bit better, maybe match the insides a little bit better. So my plan is to give the covers a makeover using an everyday folder that you would use in your binder. I found this one at Staples, but of course you can find something similar at the dollar store. The colors should go well with the inside pages, and I like the pattern. I like the glossy clear varnish, which will make the planner look even nicer. Alright, to make this work, I'm going to use one side of the folder, and I'm choosing this side because the pocket, I'm going to integrate that into the planner so there's a little back pocket, and then wrap around the rest of the folder to make the entire cover. So let's cut off the other side of the folder, which we don't need, but I can save that for another project. And I like the amount of hang that's already below the planner, so I'm going to continue that border of trim all around the cover. First, I'm tracing where the planner lays, then mark 3/8 of an inch beyond that point, so that's the line which I'm going to score and fold over. I'm making a diagonal cut on top of the pocket first, then scoring that line that I made with a bone folder. I'm trimming off any excess just beyond that score line, so when I fold it over, it will be even. And make diagonal cuts on the sides of that flap. Bend that flap over on the score line, and then adding some extra strength glue stick. Folding that flap all the way over and make sure it goes underneath the pocket, and then press it all down with a bone folder. You could, of course, just cut the top off and leave it a raw edge, but by creating this flap, I think it makes the cover look more finished. Now I'm inserting the planner so I can mark where the coil lays on the cover. And I'm making multiple scores along the width of the spine so that the cover can open and close easily. Initially, I was going to glue both covers down to the new cover, but I don't think the back one really needs it. It can stay in place with the pocket in front of it, and by letting it loose, it actually makes the binding a little bit more flexible and easier to open. So I think I'm just going to glue the front cover. To make sure I glue it where I want it, I'm going to mark it with just some washi tape. That way I don't have to mark it up and erase it, I can just remove the tape. And again, with the extra strength glue stick, I'm gluing the front of the planner to the new cover. Removing my washi tape guides and then placing a large book on top of it so it dries flat. After the cover was all done, I realized an elastic band would work well with this, but I already made the cover, so I would have to add one after the fact. I do think my elastic band pencil case would work well with this, which I do have a tutorial for. You can check it out right here. There's also other ways you can add a closure to your notebooks in that video. You can also find those links in the description below. For this one, I'm going to attach it on the inside of the spine of the new cover, and it's going to make a horizontal band. Again, I recommend adding your closure before you glue your book into the new cover, but since this was an afterthought, luckily I didn't glue in the back cover, so I could just take that up and add it right here. Cutting out a slot in the middle that is the width of the band. Making sure the opening is large enough so both pieces of band can fit through. Pulling one end through and then back to the outside of the cover, I'm pulling the other side through. Then adjusting the band so that there's just enough tension on the outside to slip over the cover. and then gluing both ends to the cover like this with hot glue. And then putting the back cover of the planner back behind the back pocket once again. So this back cover holds that in place in addition to holding any loose papers, and the new closure holds it all together. Honestly, I like this fruity version of the planner more so than the original, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I hope this sparks some ideas on how you can give a little makeover to your notebooks. Don't forget you can support my channel through Patreon and YouTube memberships. I will put those links down below, or you can hit that little join button right next to the subscribe button, which I hope you have clicked as well, and you can also find the bell icon next to that, so you can be the first to get notified every time I post a new video. Make sure you click all of those buttons, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!